Salams everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Humna and I create these little art healing tutorials where I guide you through step by step in a way to ground yourself, become really present, and it's a way that I practice my own visual meditation for the past many years now, and that's something that I teach through my online sessions. And I really feel that personally it has helped me in such a deep way that today I want to share all that I've learned in my silence through my teacher, my intuition, my God, my connection with my Allah, to heal my very old, blocked, traumatic experiences from my childhood. And not that you have to have those experiences to do art and heal. Basically, when I use the word heal, for me, it's always been getting aligned closer to Allah. So the more you heal, the more you feel your own true selves. And when you feel your own true self is when you know that that is what Allah created you as. And, you know, being on that topic as what we see ourselves as and what Allah sees us is so important, because when we see ourselves through the eyes of our own being, like I am an artist and I'm not great at it, or I'm really good at it, and you kind of have these judgments over your own self, you know, I'm a good daughter, I'm not a good daughter, I'm a great person, I'm not a great person, and you know, all that sort of mental accumulation of thoughts that we have, that kind of almost define us, you know, like I'm a good mother, I'm not a good mother, and this is all based on what we've been told, taught, and shown, right? But when it comes to connecting to your own spiritual being, all of these are just opinions or a perspective of a side of you. It's not the whole of you. And so to understand the whole of you, what do you do? Where do you even begin? So this session is all about going towards the inner core, and this is something that I very passionately teach through my art sessions. Like I said before, if you feel inclined or want to journey within your own being, you're most welcome to send me a message, write a comment down here, or send me a message through my Instagram, which is humna_being. The link will be in the comment and the description box below, so you can get to me through that, and I can share the details. So every Friday I do zikr sessions, which are all about celebrating Allah, celebrating divine, celebrating this the greatness of his mercy and his love for us. And the other sessions that I do is all about connecting to your own self and to the creations of the creator. So these are like the two main things, and I really invite you to come and join me for those sessions if you feel called to. And like I said, today's session is about showing what is it that I passionately teach people through art is, I usually call it the journey within. And what that truly means is that there is this is what we think of ourselves as, right? But this is who we truly are. So what we've been doing is we've been focusing on this part of us. What is it that I become? What is it that I eat? How is it that I look? What do my parents see me as? Am I a good mother? And all of these, like, this is the outer part of who you really think you are, which is the thinking, and this is the knowing part of you. So the outside is what you think and see yourself as, and this is the knowing, and that is what you know yourself to be, right? And what is this part? So this is the journey that I take people on. So what you see yourself as and what you truly are when your God, your creator, divine created you. So this is when we reach this way, then our flow becomes from the inside out. Sorry, this way, right? But what we've been focusing is look at the apple and draw the apple, and you're an amazing artist. What the way of life works is, this is a path, but then there is a path that how do you look at an apple from the inside, for its taste, for its smell, for the way it makes you feel. When you eat an apple, does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? So this is the inside of how you look at the apple. So these are two ways of living life, and either way is important. It's not saying this is the right way or this is the wrong way. I don't go into rights and wrongs. I generally believe in accepting that there's a part of you, a phase of you, maybe a day or an hour, where you are looking at the outside and taking it in. So you look at the butterfly flying, and then you kind of learn from what the butterfly is telling you as a message, and then you go inwards, and maybe at times you're just sitting there and not feeling much and thinking, "Oh, what can I do to feel like a butterfly?" From the inside, you don't have any butterfly around you, but you're inside you, you're like thinking, okay, wait, what did that butterfly do? So you go into your imagination, you go into your heart, you go into what it is that butterfly taught you. And then from here, you process it and bring it out and say, well, you know, the butterfly was sitting in a dark cocoon for so long, and then it made its wings out. So it's okay for me to be sitting here inside me, making this core really, really strong. So it is this journey, basically, this part is what I teach people. And why this is so important is because, you see, there are layers to us. There are layers to us. So this is what the society told you. This part is what the society tells you to do. This is what the religion tells you to do. This is what your father wants you to do. This is what your mother wants you to do. This is how your husband sees you. This is what your daughter expects of you. And this is all these expectation and a constant performance that you constantly do. And based on your performance is how you see yourself. If you've cooked great food, like, oh my God, you're an amazing chef. Well, you know, tomorrow you could cook really bad food and burn it all. But you know, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm not a great cook. You know, so you judge yourself based on what it is that you do, forgetting that you are this, not what you do, but what you truly are. You're a human being. You are a human who has this outside body that is visible to everybody, but the being inside you is what is real. This is what connects you to the unseen world. And this journey is important so that you can unlayer yourself. You can, all the things that you've learned, you need to bit by bit take them off to see and dive deeper into who you truly are. But this takes commitment, this takes time, this takes a lot of unconditional love towards yourself, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of going through every single like shame, regret, all the sins that you've performed, or what you think of them as sins, and how they've affected you mentally, and how depressed you are within you, because you are sitting here wanting to reach here, but you don't know this way, and so you get depressed being here, and this life becomes ugly, and you become you know, carry on anxiety, and you go in spirals as to, because you're not performing in the way that the people want you to see or what you want yourself to be. And it's a constant going around in circles, and your brain just gets so tired because you don't know how to get here. And that's what I teach people through my sessions when we do art, is to get in here. When you get in here, you start seeing yourself as this being. And this being is absolutely limitless. It doesn't have to be inside the clay body to do anything. It is actually way before it came here, it was alive. Way before, after it leaves this body, is going to be alive. This body does not define this being, but this being can define the body. So when you channel into this core being of yours, unlayer and open yourself up to get into your heart. What is it that your heart likes? Who is it that it wants to be with? What is it that gives it peace? My focus has always been, when you journey within, the one thing that you focus on is not love, peace. always go towards peace. This is peace. Peace is your connection with your God, and that connection that you have with your creator gives you power. So you become powerful when you are at peace. Peace comes from God, divine creator, and peace is what makes you powerful. And this powerful, that person that you become is not arrogant. This power is basically grounds you. What this does is makes you feel connected to your creator. I know this sketch looks really messy, but this is how my brain works and I think about things, is like, how do I explain the best way of what is it that I do? And I get asked this so many times, Hamna, what is it that you do? I take people to journey within towards their peace, right? And how do I do that? Is I use visuals to explain to you how we have to one by one by one by one layer unlayer ourselves, unlearn all the things your parents said, your society said, your culture said, your religion said, and all that things that define you are actually making you separate. Division happens from that what your heart says and that what your mind says, and that's the whole thing. The masculine energy and the feminine energy divides. Like, it's like women can only depend on a man, or a man is the only provider to be. These are like beautiful ways, but it's also, you need to learn to provide for yourself, and then you will have the man who will provide for you. Then you attract what you are. So if you are going to sit there crying, I am not able, because that's what's happened. Our energies have been crippled. The men have been made to not feel their emotions, and we're constantly on autopilot and perform, provide, and it's tiring for the masculine energy. And the women have constantly been depending and leeching on and wanting more, and emotionally draining themselves. Like, there's so much emotion in women that we don't know how to deal with it. Like, constantly we're like in turmoil and chaos, and somebody should listen to me, somebody needs to understand me. That somebody is already within you. That masculine energy you were born with. Anyway, that's a different video, not going to go on that side. What I'm trying to say here is, I want to explain what it means to journey within, and journey within to peace through art. So that's what our focus is going to be for today's exercise. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, like, that's the thought process of what I'm imagining to share with you all, so that you can see how it works in my sessions and what I do through them. So today I'm going to be using an A4 sheet of paper, even though the screen is like meant to be like this, but I'm going to go like that because the piece is vertical. And generally I like to use very simple tools, like basic geometry tools, which are like the protractor, the ruler, pencil, eraser. I'll be using my pen. Excuse the bottom part, I don't like the bottom part because kind of holds my thing, and this works better for me. It's just a normal ink pen that I have. Oops, sorry. And then a compass that I use, and this is Rotring, which is really good. And so these are the things that I will be using for the session. I do need to sharpen my pencil, so because I wrote that whole thing down. I get very passionate when the the beginning of the piece, when I'm doing the grid. So let's see where this takes us, guys. Always remember that the sheet of paper that you have in front of you is your friend, is your guide, is your teacher. It's sitting next to you. This is your, imagine that this is something that's been given to you to express your story. So value this a lot, you know, be grateful, be very, very present in this moment, and say, you know, thank you that I have you, so that I can show myself as a mirror, you know. So this exercise is kind of like diving deep within to understand where is it that we are, you know, beings. So as we journey within, I want you to take a nice deep breath in, allow yourself to be fully present and relax your shoulders. Just come here with me. If you want to just listen, you can do that. I usually recommend that when you do these exercises a few times, they kind of seep into you and they guide you in a very deep level. But again, it's totally up to you. Even if you do it once, that's more than enough. And if you don't, you just want to listen, you can do that too. I'm looking at the sheet of paper. I'm training my eyes to kind of go into the center. Try not to be like too focused on measuring. I believe that imperfection is what makes us absolutely beautiful. So for this piece, I'm going a little bit lower on the sheet and marking a point down here. And always remember, it starts with the center dot. And I'm going to be making a circle of, say, about 12 centimeters, so 6 centimeters right in the middle. And I've created a line of 12 centimeters with 6 centimeters here in the middle. Using my compass, I'm going to open it to, say, about 2 centimeters, I'm thinking. So the compass is about 2 centimeters. And I'm going to place it on my 6 centimeter mark here. And create my circle. Once I've done that, I'm going to take a protractor, place it at the center point, align it with the line, get my 90 degrees up and 90 degrees down. Using that 90-degree mark, I'm going to create a vertical line. I'm going to divide the top vertical part above the circle, divide it into 1 centimeter marks. I'm going to take my compass now, place it at the bottom of the circle and open my compass. Actually in the center, let's see what happens. I want to see what I'm gonna do. I'm opening it to the first centimeter mark that's there, but it's gonna go outwards, so I'm gonna go here and see if I can get my second circle here. And I'll bring my compass again. And this time I'm moving my compass up to this point and creating my next circle. Keeping my compass at the same point, but opening the compass at the top to the next centimeter. I'm going to open the next one. Keeping the compass point at the same point, I'm just opening the compass nib to the next circle. Don't know what's happened. I think I moved, sorry, I think I moved you. Oh, there is no mistake. So it's supposed to be like that. Let's see how we're being guided here. There we are. So keeping it there. I want to see if somehow I can hop to the next one. And what happens if I do that? Kind of like this. It's happened. So I'm going to still hold it here at the same point. I don't know if you guys can see it. Not this point, the point up here, this first circle where it intersects. I wonder why we've been given this internal line here. Okay, so we have a grid. Now up to you if you want to use it this way or this way. I'm getting a feeling of going this way. So I'm going to see if I can show you guys what happens. And the way I'm seeing it here is our core being is in here. So need a circle here of say 1 centimeter open. So placing it at this point. If it gets too confusing, there's one way of doing it is when you are creating the grid, you mark. So this was the first point that we got, and then we opened our compass to 2 centimeters, and then we opened it to the next one. So if you mark these like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then you kind of have a system going on. Okay, so Hamna's got on first point was this, so second, third, fourth, and the fourth one is a center point where she placed. So this is point 4. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can have this. So that's where our center core is for me at the moment. And what I'm sensing is that I would absolutely love to open the compass 1 more centimeter and hop to the top and then create this core that I have inside of me. That needs to be visible. And this is where our, I don't know, in Urdu it's called ruh, but soul, like, so this is our soul, and this is where we have to go. And these are all the layers that we accumulate when we are, so if you can see that this one opens up here. So we can start by creating these petals. You see how beautifully they sit? You don't really need to do them as dark. I'm just doing it so that you can see. So these are the layers we have to let go of. and cut through to open ourselves to our core being. You see how it's reaching there? So to get to this point, we have to cut through here. And there comes a time in our life where we're like, we can't go further than our soul, because the soul has a magnetic pull and it'll keep pulling you back inwards and inwards and inwards and say, where are you going? Why are you not listening to me? You know, you need to come back home to me. You need to do that what makes me happy also, because you've been serving this part of you and now you need to come back home. And so using the 2 centimeter mark, I'm going to create this shape here, which is a pyramid kind of a shape, but it is going downwards. And what that for me means is that being protected by the earth, being grounded and present in this earth also really matters. And so this is where, there we are. You see, so this part is the part that sort of we have to unlayer and open up when we let go of. So imagine this is your culture, this is your family traditions, this is your society, or I don't know, just, you know, religious things or whatever it is. So if you can understand that these are the layers that you have to free yourself from. So when you're ready to free yourself from these, see what happens. You open up your internal energy. You see how much space there suddenly becomes for your soul to grow and develop. I like that moon sort of thing. It also reminds me of the sun and the moon. So I'm going to leave this crescent sort of shape there, because it's like the crescent and then the sun is inside. And I love this shape, how this is also a crescent and the sun is inside, and so they're both together. And this one also says the same thing, the different phases of the moon, but they both are together. And you know, you get, what I'm sensing is that you get, the more you open up from the inside and you start living from your core authentic frequency, you get in sync with the cycles of nature, of seasons, and you start learning about what it means to be one with your creator and one with his creation. What is it that you feel when you connect to nature? So that's your connection with nature. It's absolutely beautiful, guys. I'm loving it. I've never done this before, but this is something that came intuitively. So now I'm going to use my ink pen and take myself into wherever it does take me. So I'm gonna go inside and be grateful for this core that I have. I do like to become work from the center points. That's one of the things I like doing, and I love that I have this beautiful protective layer around me, which is allowing me to ground myself, but also allowing me to be connected to the unseen world. And I love it. I love that feeling of how Allah holds us, even though we don't, you know, recognize it or realize how close He is to us. And I'm just going to fill these spaces up so you can see how I'm doing it. You're most welcome to copy or follow as I'm going, but I generally feel if you are a creative person, you'll be guided to take the grid in, run with it in a way wherever it takes you. The whole point of connecting through art is to allow yourself to just do the thing that comes and feels right to you. You follow the steps, but the steps will be your guide to say where you can, detour from or deviate from, because that's your soul's calling. And all I want through this channel is to bring you these videos where you can draw with me and channel into your own creative capabilities, because we're all creatives in our own ways. And by allowing ourselves to do these sort of exercises, we give our inner child the chance to connect at a deeper level with our core voice and get to know who we are, why we're here, and how we can make this better, this world a better place. What is it that we're going to leave behind, Now imagine that you fill all these layers up with, so now imagine at the personal level, when you physically eat food and you eat not healthy food, or you take drugs of sorts which cause you to harm your body knowingly, consciously, you're putting in your cells. So imagine if this is your first layer, where you've put all the fast food and you're not taking care of your body. So of course this layer transfers the energy into this layer, so this layer becomes polluted. So all the things that you take in go here, and the more you take in here, the more darkness you are sending to your energy body, because food releases energy and that energy is being absorbed by your soul. And so there comes a time, that's what the darkness, the dark energy that accumulates around your soul. And so to push it back, you have to allow the space to open yourself up and say, hang on, I'm not going to do the things that my mind wants me to do. I'm going to do the things that are good for me, for my soul. And what would that be? Eating at the right time, drinking lots of water, treating your body right. And that is where your foundation, you see your foundation, which is this part, your connection, will be solidified, will be solid, will be like, will be your body is the vessel that puts in things inside it. So through our ears, what is it that you're hearing? What is it that you're listening? Sorry, listening and hearing is the same thing. But what is it that is going inside of you through your ears? What is it that you're putting inside of your mouth? All have an effect on your energy, on your soul, on your vibration. And so whatever it is, like even through your eyes, what are you putting through your eyes? What are you holding in your hands? What are you wearing on your body? All of these have energy. So if you are wearing shaggy clothes and not making sure that you take care of yourself, and you're not taking showers and things like that, you are mistreating your body. Then that mistreatment is what is absorbed by your soul also. And your soul comes from divine. And so if you don't take care of your body, you inevitably end up not taking care of your emotions or your well-being. And so it's very important to keep a balance of your body and your inner core soul. So when you look at the space, so the first scene is like, it becomes very grounded. Your soul feels at home when you listen to it, when you allow it to be just the way it is, and stay connected to the elements, to nature, to oneness, to plants, to everything that is around you, and then comes the next layer. And how does the next layer feel within yourself? You feel like you are connected to everything. And so the connection is visible through the way you move, the way you do things. Everything becomes a part of you, and you become a part of everything. You don't see yourself separate from the moon, because you know that the moon has the same energy as you. The lion has the same energy as you, for they are all within you. They are your inner universe that you are able to see outside of you. And so you develop a connection of oneness inside of you. One of my favorite sounds that gets me really excited and happy is the sound of my pen when it moves, pen or pencil or brush or whatever it is that you're using on the sheet of paper. Oh, that to me is the sound of creation. That's the sound of magic. That is music. So there you go. So you go like, okay, I'm connected to everything. And then what happens is once you've unlayered yourself, and this is the part where you are now coming out and blooming out, right? And so you kind of blooming out, I like that word. And so maybe there's like petals that come out of you. You become soft, and you become loving, and you become, open to different possibilities, different avenues, different people. You're not stuck like, okay, I'm just going to be meeting the kind of people I've always met, or just, I'm going to be friends from only people who are from my culture, or, ooh, the other people, different people, different religions, they might not be good for me. But then when you live from your soul, you see like everybody is connected to you through their soul. So it's not about what language they speak. You can connect to anybody and everybody through the soul language, and you can love, you can make new friends, you can learn new languages, you can learn new things that will help you grow as a person. You can learn new recipes, exchange food recipes, and you're not restricted to, I'm just going to eat Pakistani food, or I'm just going to eat Indian food, or that's the only good food, which is Italian food. No, your world suddenly opens out, and you're like, you know what, I exist in this world, and I'm here to learn, and I'm here to grow, and I'm gonna grow with everybody. And so you become very open and soft and sharing and flexible, and you don't look at people for like, their cultural background. You look at them for like, okay, these people are friendly, or they laugh so much, or look how they sit together, and you start going deeper into their soul level in comparison to what you know of them. Then there is this part which happened by mistake, but I don't see that there are ever any mistakes, because everything happens for a reason, so there is no coincidences. And so this was given to us. So now when you look at the world through the eyes of your soul and your love, and you're like, so and so can be my friend, a homeless guy can be my friend, as much as a businessman who's doing really well can be my friend. You suddenly open your world to different people and connect, and you give yourself not just people. Like you start looking and buying flowers which you never bought before, or you go and spend time at the zoo maybe, and look at the animals that you absolutely did not like, and look at them for thinking, no, let me see what is it in them that I can like, because the soul you have and the soul they have, at some level there is a connection there between the two of you. So what is it about a spider or a crocodile that you don't like or you do like? And sometimes, I mean, it's really hard to kind of go in like a spider, because for me, I'm still struggling. But I've come to like not kill them anymore. I kind of hush, shush, and create chaos to get them out of the house. But like when there is an animal that you absolutely love and adore, and you feel like, oh my god, I love this animal. So for me it's a swan or a whale, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to know more about this. And so you feed yourself more and more and more about a swan or a whale, and that's where you enrich your soul, because you have a deeper soul connection with that another being. And so that's really, really powerful. So you can actually go on to a spiritual journey just when you connect to your animals, spirit animals. And oh, there's it's magic when you allow yourself to feel like a whale or feel like a swan and think, okay, what would a swan be doing at this moment in time if it was in my position, you know? And they become your teachers, they become your guide, they speak to you and they help you glide through life. And they go, okay, hang on, I'm in my swan phase, and I'm just gonna glide through life or fly through life because I can, because that's the option that I have. um so yeah, that's another beautiful way of connecting to the animal world. For me, they've always been my teachers. I think one of my favorite one is a lion and an eagle. I think they both come to me when I'm like in desperate situations and teach me things about myself that I personally didn't have the courage to. And then you start dreaming about them and you start seeing their images on social media, and you're like, hang on, what is with this? Why am I seeing this animal so much? And you're like, you know, things like that. And it's because the animals are were created by the divine to connect us to Allah, to Him, to the Creator, and to say, well, you know, if the lion can do it, so can you. So you might think like it's just an animal, what's gonna do? But the animal world, or anything in the creation, was created to teach us more about our Creator. The Creator who created a lion created you. So my God, like that just the connection that you have with your Creator and the lion is like, like it just makes me giggle a little, or you know, just makes me really excited that the lion is inside me. And I love it. I love that feeling of knowing that whatever animal is calling you is an animal that is not just calling you or making itself visible, it's speaking to you. That's the way the unseen world speaks to us, through the energy. What is the energy of the lion that you are receiving? Is it about being still? Is it about waiting for your prey? Or is it about waking up? Or is it about going for your hunt? What is the lion telling you? Be courageous or be patient? Because all the animals, you see, they have a certain attribute, they have a certain way of life. And they're like little chapters of books, you know. So you open the book of lion, or you book, I keep talking about lions, but what I mean is like, for me, lions have been a very significant animal in my own spiritual journey. For me, looking at a lion gave me a lot of courage, and understanding the way they behave made me understand how at times we feel so helpless, but we're actually not. We always do have a choice, and we might think we don't, but that's like a, I don't know, illusion that we don't have the power to do things, you know, because the lion always has a choice. And yeah, so I'm going. I hope that you enjoy these sessions and in some way benefit from them. If you do, you're most welcome to join me for my live sessions and connect with me through my social media if that's what you would like to do. If and when you create a piece using these videos, do tag me so I can see your creativity. It gets me really excited when people create through these tutorials, and it makes me feel like, you know, the connection I was talking about, the lion has makes me feel connected to you. And then I always smile thinking, oh, I have a companion. And the more people who use these tutorials and be able to channel into their childhood artist, because so many have been told you can't do art, or art is something that's taught. For me, art is a language, a way of expression. It's like everybody can sing. It's not about everybody can sing beautifully, because that's judgment, and I have no one to pass a judgment. But what I do see is like everybody can draw, everybody. That's my goal in life, to, if the one thing I leave behind, you know, is that everybody has the talent or the creative energy within them to be able to do art, is not just something that a person can do. It's like that's not possible, because we're all creative beings here. We all have our own ways and things that we are here to do. But art is like writing a letter to myself, and it gives me the space and time to just be me. And that's probably what we are being called to as a collective in the world, is to value that who we are, because for so long we have been the voices of the society or culture, or speaking that what we've been taught. But now it's the time to bring out that what you know, and that what you know is the truth, you see. And that truth is what needs to be brought to the surface, just so that you can live a life of being at peace with who you are. And that peace, again, as I said in the beginning of the session, that peace is the peace that comes from your creator. That peace is your connection to your creator. Peace means you are okay with the way you are in this moment in time. You don't want to change anything. You are just, you know that the creator is right now working on you, and you allow the creator the time for you to become who you were meant to. You're not rushing anything. You're saying, I accept myself. But in that, at times we get arrogant. We're like, this is who I am. This is how my God created me, and this is what I'm going to be. But that's not what I'm channeling through in the energy, or for myself also. Yes, knowing yourself is important. Yes, understanding who you are is important, but also knowing that you are an artwork in progress. So that what was in the beginning, the grid, is not what it is right now. And that is who you are. You're like this artwork which started with just a dot and a few lines and a circle, and then now it's this. So you have to allow your creator to create you in a way that it wants to, but also know that you're not going to be just this dot, or you're not going to be just this line, or you're not going to be just this circle. You're going to be evolving as your creator creates you bit by bit. And that's the whole joy of saying, okay, I was a line, great. I was a dot, great. But I'm not a dot anymore. I'm a circle today. All right, okay. And I've moved on to becoming blue, okay. And then what next? That is total surrender to your creator, to allow it to create whatever it is that it wants to create you as. Because you see, the creator knows. The creator knows. It is we who don't know. And so the more we try to hold it, the more we allow resistance. We resist what needs to just be. I try not to put on too much music these days in my videos, just because it's important to sometimes just sit in silence and absorb, you know, allow yourself to be in silence, because we're constantly taking in so much. And the more silence we have, silence is this space, guys, what gets created, right? And in the silence is what all this comes out of here. So silence is like gold, basically. Is gold. Silence is gold. When you journey within, you unlayer yourself and unlearn all that you've been told and taught. And in that moment, your spirit, your soul starts talking to you and reminding you who you are and why you came here. In the silence of your own being is when you hear your creator speak to you through your intuition. Your intuition is like the phone call that you have with your creator. The more you spend time in silence, when you do these sort of activities, the more your mind gets in tune with that intuition. And you start hearing that intuition so clearly that it holds you and keeps you grounded here. Your inside core becomes solid. And that is what I help people to achieve through my sessions. To have a core, not physically strength core, like, you know, picking weights and things. No. I'm more talking about the core of your being, of your soul. And that's where you rise from. You rise from the inside out, and that makes you authentic. That makes you real. That makes you see yourself as how your creator sees you. Let your creator be the creator that he is, and allow yourself to find peace in knowing that you are his creation. Try not to resist the flow of life. Try not to fight who you are becoming. Know that that who created the lion, the whale, the butterfly, the ant, the air, the wind, the fire, is creating and working on you. You are a masterpiece. And you can't just be created, you know. You have to be given time. Time to evolve, time to grow, time to recognize what it is that you are here to do and be. Give yourself the time. Give your relationships the time that they deserve. Don't rush into things. It's okay to be slow. It's okay to be not where you wanted to be or thought you would be. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a race. It's life. And life only happens at the speed of what the divine wants it to be. You are this piece. This piece did not know that this is how it's going to look. So we don't know what we're going to look like. We just have to pray and trust that whatever it is that he is going to create in us is something he is pleased by. He is happy with. When he is happy with you, there is no other happiness that you crave for other than his. The divine is taking his time to put down one experience at a time. Try not to rush through experiences. Try not to beg people to change. Try not to ask anything from anyone but your creator. For you see, there is no other body present to do the artwork. You are the creator's artwork. And so you are going to be amazing when you let go and be in the surrender of how he creates you. Basically means how he creates you is how he chose to create you. And just the fact, that gives me so much peace, the fact that he created me. I mean, I could just be a soul living up in the sky, but he chose to give me an experience of life. He chose to give me this talent to share with all of you here. He showed me to breathe, to experience life, to see a lion and learn from it, to feel the wind, to walk on the earth. All this is a blessing. Like, he chose to give me life. He thought I was worth being alive, and so he gave me life. Like, oh my God, I have the gift of life. I have the gift of being a human being. This is magical. Do you know, guys, what I see? I actually see a bird now. I don't know if you can see it or not. Leave me a comment if you do, huh? Because I'm actually really seeing a bird, because it started with a flower. In my head it was lotus flower before I let it. This is what happens, when you sit down to do something intuitively, you never know what's coming, and that's like the best part of it. Like, it gets me so excited because it's like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just gonna let it happen, and it just does. So it has turned into a bird, and so now I'm going, okay, hang on, what can I do to can it go like that? Oh, too late, isn't it? So ink is still wet, so it's coming on my hand. And so with that, you'd be like, uh-oh, Hamna, what's happening? And what that teaches me here is that sometimes you just have to like not overdo things. I don't know who this message is for, but sometimes how we overdo things make people happy, and we overdo them. I don't know who this is for, but somebody who's listening and will be working with me, something that is like you overdo, so we're being asked to like step back a bit and remember, see, because I was like, oh, I see the bird, now I want to make the wings of it, or let me just see the wings and get them going, and then my hands got wet here. I'm like, oh, hang on, wait, I don't think I can work on this part because it's still wet and I'll smudge it. So it's making me to retract back, that just because I see a bird, just because I think there is a bird, doesn't mean I have to go ahead and do it. Do it. B, do it right now, right? Like, because I mean, what's the pressure that, oh my God, the video has to be done right, and whoever's doing this, it's just pressures we put on ourselves. But if it feels right to just leave it here, then leave it here. All right? How cool is that, guys? How cool is that? That every action that we take, every line that we draw speaks to us and teaches us about ourselves. I love art. I love, I don't know how to put this in, it gets me crazy. It's like the only way I could have and would have and truly have survived in this lifetime is because I've had this. Thank you everybody for joining me. I love you all. I'm sending you all the possible love and hugs and light and peace that I can through this session. Like I said, if you'd like to join me for my live sessions, connect with me, share your energy with me, then please do so through my Instagram page. And I know I keep going, right? I need to learn to like stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm just like 2 more minutes and then I'm just gonna stop. I know if I don't stop, divine Lamia will be like, you're not stopping, right, Hamna? So something will happen and it'll be like, you better stop now. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the show, the video. Felt like a performer there. Oh, that could be another thing that's coming, that we live our life focus so much on the performance that we truly forget that we didn't come here to perform all the time. We came here to just be in the womb of the universe and just experience life as a gift from Allah and let Him help us become that what we are meant to through His love. The more we experience His love in His creation, the more we get closer to Him. The more we get closer to Him, the more we feel ourselves more alive. Oh, love it. From this to this, guys. Now that's magic. Let me know what you guys think about it. I love you all. I will see you guys in my next video. Sending you love, light, and peace. And I hope this video grounded you, resonated with you at some level. If it did, please send me a message, connect with me. And I can't wait to hear with you and create, connect, and be inspired together in the next one. Take care. Love you lots. Bye.